I'm Melissa Helton with the Literary and Archives Report. The literary programming has had a productive 6 months since our last report, and there's some exciting new things on the horizon. For the Young Writers Program in November, we arranged for novelist and illustrator Robert Geip to lead a residency at Cordy School. Robert worked with the students in Mariah Warner's classes, grades 9 through 12. After learning about Appalachian writers and writing their own essays, poems, and stories, they held a reading of their work, which we filmed and hope to make a podcast with. The faculty of our second annual Ironwood Writers Studio is set, and we're planning the week, which will be June 19th through the 24th. Our faculty includes Bernard Clay, Annette Sinnock-Clapsaddle, Shauna K. Rodenberg, Lauren Crawford, and Karen Salyer-McElmurray. Students will have experiences in fiction, nonfiction, poetry, and playwriting, as well as other events like journal making and a cosplay supper. Applications and scholarship requests are already coming in. Last year we had 10 regional high school students in attendance, and we hope this year to have 20 to 25. Most months I've gone to the Knott County Sapling Center to teach a creative writing class for the young folks there. The Sapling Center is an after-school drop-in program through KRCC that serves 14 to 21-year-olds. Also, I attended the Young Writers Conference at the Carnegie Center in Lexington and set up a table with information about the settlement school's programming for young writers and adults. In the adult literary program, after fall classes for the Makery were postponed due to the flood, we're back in full swing, offering online writing classes starting in March. Our goal is to line up 2 classes a month to offer and have a catalog of the complete offerings for the year locked in for a big push in marketing for Writers Workshop in July. In October, Beth Macy delivered her belated keynote from the 2022 workshop, which had been canceled, and it was our first event post-flood. And also in October, the Southern Appalachian Writers Co-op held their annual fall gathering on campus, which was the first retreat we hosted post-flood. We've had good attendance for the Troublesome Creek Writers Retreats in November, facilitated by Annette Clapsaddle, and in April with Silas House. Plans for Writers Workshop are looking great. The application deadline was May 1st, and we had a great response come in. To take into consideration the trauma many of the writers went through during the flood, and that for most this will be their first time back on campus, we're planning some caring activities such as a story exchange, art project, and even a designated social space where all flood talk will be banned to help the writers process what they went through last year. And we've already begun planning 2024's workshop. For Fireside Industries, Patricia Hudson's novel Traces was released in November. It's a historic novel about the Boone women. Annette Clapsaddle's Even As We Breathe was released in paperback, and the Fireside First boxes were well received, containing items from Native American artisans. We held our first Fireside Chat about Even As We Breathe over Zoom. Folks said they look forward to continuing this kind of book discussion for each of our Fireside releases. In the fall, University Press of Kentucky editors approached me about putting together an anthology about the flood. Over the winter and spring, I put together Troublesome Rising, a 1,000-year flood in eastern Kentucky. It showcases the work of 60 writers and photographers and discusses many issues, from what specifically happened on our campus and in our community in July, and also historic floods, the causes of these tragedies, and metaphoric floods affecting our region, such as outmigration, COVID, and drug addiction. The anthology is due out next summer 2024 and will be published under our Fireside imprint. We purchased a web domain so we can establish a companion website where more people can contribute their work, and we can help show the broader world what happened here in our own words. In other miscellaneous writer things, either as a writer or as a literary program developer, I presented at the Mildred Hahn Conference in Morristown, Tennessee, attended the Appalachian Symposium featuring Asian writers at Loyal Jones Appalachian Center, and was an invited reader at the Women Speak performance for the Women of Appalachia project. I was also a guest on Radio Lex and the Read Appalachia podcast. For the archives, in March, a National Heritage Responders team came to campus. Their experts assessed the flooded historic buildings. They spot-checked the materials that were dry during the immediate rescue and recovery in the summer, and they taught a class for the community on how to store family heirlooms and how to clean them in case of flooding. This video was live streamed and is available to watch on our YouTube channel. Volunteers from Kentucky Humanities and Daughters of the American Revolution were on site to help clean and dry half a chest freezer's worth of materials that had been frozen. NHR is preparing a report of their visit as well as official recommendations for our archives and facilities. We drew up a job description to hire an archivist conservator to step in and take leadership on the archive recovery and restoration. We've begun the search and interview process and hope to have someone hired and in position this summer. I presented on our archives at the Appalachian Studies Association Conference at Ohio University in March on a panel with Caroline Rubin of Appleshop, and also at the Lost Southern Voices Conference through the Georgia Center for the Book. Not archive related, but I also served on a panel about children and the family at MDC's True South Gathering in Berea in April. I was asked to talk about the settlement school and all the ways our various programs serve families in our region, especially how we help families through opportunities and services we offer to children. Overall, archive things are paused until we get someone hired and leading the required next steps, and literary things are recovering from the flood and growing, and I look forward to a great year of familiar and new happenings.